In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Drug paraphernalia, marijuana, fleeing. Good morning, Mr. Richardson. Do you have a lawyer, sir?
No, sir.
Okay. Are you going to hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender's office?
Public defender.
Okay. Thank you. Have you made an application yet, or you just intend to make one?
I just intend to make one. I just got the warrant back last week.
I see. Okay.
Your Honor, we'll stand in for the purposes of this hearing. Can the court inform him of what he's charged with? I'm not sure.
Yes, sir. You're charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of marijuana, and fleeing. Do you understand what
Yes,
you're...
sir.
Okay, are you entering a plea of not guilty to these charges?
Yes, sir.
Well, sir, if I could work something out, I would like to...
Hold on. Mr. Richardson, hold on.
Okay, well, we really can't do it over the Skype here. But right now, I'll go ahead and enter a plea of not guilty, and then you can talk with the, apply to and talk with the public defender's office, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All righty.
Does Mr. Richardson have a...
We have the paperwork. We have it. We'll get it.
Okay.
We can get it filled out.
If we could get him back up there, I'll give him a date to appear.
Bring him back up.
Okay, Mr. Richardson, I'm going to have you appear over in the courthouse in Jasper on December 23rd at 10 o'clock, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
For attorney status.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, does he have a bond set on that?
Well, I don't know. I'll look.
Judge, I'm looking at the probable cause affidavit was signed by Judge Martin, and it reflects a no-R bond in this case. So I'm not sure what he's being held for.
There's a potential of other reasons.
Yes.
Yes, 23rd.
Well, you can check on that.
Sheriff, is he being held on other things besides this charge?
You can go on probation parole, Richardson. Yeah, he has a probation parole.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
There's a couple of cases I don't have files on, but they may be in jail. J.D. Brandon?
Yes, sir.
Is he in jail? Okay, that's CR 2010-39. I'm not sure the status of that, Mr. Bradford, if you
Mr.
tell
Brandon,
us.
should be a first appearance on a petition to revoke probation or suspend his sentence.
Okay. Mr. Brandon, have you been served with papers to revoke a probationary period?
I'm not sure.
Not sure? Okay.
Look, we have a detainer, Your Honor, but that's all we have.
Okay, you're just... Has he had an 8.1 hearing?
Yes, sir, he had it with Judge Martin 2 days ago.
Okay, so I don't guess there's anything to be done on his case today. But, so that'll be all. Thank you, Tommy Robertson. This is CR 2013-21 out of Newton County.
Should also be a revocation case, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Robertson, have you been served with a petition to revoke your probation?
No, sir.
You haven't?
He's on the detainer also, Your Honor.
Okay, did he have an 8.1? Before?
Yes, sir, same time as Brown.
Okay, well, we won't do anything in his case today. Okay, that'd be State versus Corey East, 189, charged with theft of property, fleeing in a vehicle, reckless driving, leaving the scene of an accident. Okay, who represents Mr. East?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, where do we stand on this matter?
It's a reappearance, Judge, and I guess he needs to get on the scheduling order.
Okay, a scheduling order has been issued.
Discovery has been provided, Your Honor,
so-
and the plea offer's also been made.
Okay, so we'll just leave it as scheduled, unless there's something else to be done.
There's nothing else to be done today, Judge.
Okay. All right, Mr. East, that's all we can do today in your case. Thank you.
Your Honor, do we have a reappearance date?
Yes, I'll give him one. November 13th at 9:30. November 13th at 9:30.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That's all.
State versus Stephen Simmons, 15-177, battery in the first degree, battery in the second, permitting the abuse of a minor are the charges. Good morning, sir. It looks like you were arraigned before Judge Webb, and you're just appearing today to get on this court's docket. We have issued a scheduling order. Is there anything that we need to do? Looks like the public defender was appointed.
Your Honor, discovery has been provided. The state will be reviewing the case to decide whether or not a plea offer will be made. Looks like bond has been addressed on October 9th. I'm not aware of any action that needs to be taken today.
Very well. Mr. Hancock, are you aware of any?
Judge, I do have the discovery that was provided. There is a scheduling order that has been signed by you on the 19th. The next date looks like the 13th of November.
Okay.
Your Honor, there will be some extra discovery. I have requested a copy of the medical records to go with the case.
All right.
And those are being worked on.
Well, thank you, Mr. Simmons. That's all we can do today. State versus Rachel Clayton, 15-181, battery in the first degree and permitting abuse of a minor.
Co-defendant with the Simmons case, Your Honor.
Very well.
Same situation.
Okay, looks like she's already entered a plea of not guilty. We've issued a scheduling order. Next appearance is on November 13th at 9:30. Anything further?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. That's all we can do today. State versus George Upton II, burglary and theft.
Your Honor, Mr. Upton's case is in Division 4. He failed to appear. Previous setting was served with that warrant. Apparently was given today's date to appear when he was served.
Okay. Has he got another case? I don't see an alias warrant in this case.
Judge, I think he was set for trial on October the 2nd, and for whatever reason.
My copy of the warrant was issued October 5th.
Well, the return's not back, but I'll just have him appear before.
Judge Webb is having court next Friday, I believe.
He is. Okay. This would be the, what, 6th?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Appear before Judge Webb October 6th at 8:30, okay? Thank you. State versus Richard Baker. Theft of property, 15161. This is for a pretrial or any pretrial matters we need to take up?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll just leave it as scheduled. Thank you, Mr. Baker. That's all we can do.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Many things have changed over the years, and so has auto body repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence.
Introducing the newest member of the Yamaha off-road family. It thrives in the most remote, rugged terrain. It never steps down from a challenge and travels long distances in search of adventure. The all-new Yamaha Wolverine. It's a whole new animal.
Versus Jennifer Seymour. She has 3 cases, 1599, drug paraphernalia, 15134, drug paraphernalia, 15142, drug paraphernalia, methamphetamine, other charges. Okay. Start with the most recent.
Your Honor, I believe in all 3 cases, she was ordered to appear before this court on September 25th. Did not appear. Failure to appear was issued in all 3, and I believe she's been served with those warrants.
Okay.
And that's why she's in jail now.
Well, do we need to reschedule or bring her over? What do you think?
Just if we could set her on that November the 13th docket, Judge, for disposition.
Your Honor, my file set the 16th, so that was her pre-deadline date anyways.
Okay, November 13th?
Yes, sir.
Is it scheduled out like that, you think?
I believe it is, Judge.
Well, at any rate, I'll have her appear on November 13th at 9:30, okay?
Judge, would the court entertain setting a new bond for her in these cases?
Yes. Do we know why she didn't appear?
Judge, we visited with her yesterday at the jail. She indicated that during that time period she missed court, that her sister was very ill and lives in the Houston area. I believe that's where Ms. Seymour's from, and that she was with her sister. Mr. Seymour is here in the courtroom, and I think he would be, or she would be, staying with him. Mr. Seymour, where do you live at?
Right next to the Dairy Queen.
Here in town? Okay. All right. So I do think she's got ties to the community.
How did she get back up here? Did they transport her back up here? Did she voluntarily come back up here?
I didn't got her.
You went and got her.
Me and my little boy.
Okay.
Your Honor, does the court's file reflect a previous failure to appear in this case on July 10th?
I don't know. There's 1A. This wonder if a ankle monitor might be appropriate.
With one previous failure to appear and someone having to go get her in another state to bring her back for our current court appearance, I would...
Well, I mean, it wasn't law enforcement that went and got her. It's a family member.
Judge, we would request that then if the court's considering that ankle monitor.
Does she have a bondsman?
Yes.
If the bondsman's willing to stay on the bond and she gets an ankle monitor, I'd agree to that.
Thank you, Judge.
Bondsman needs to put something in writing to file with the clerk.
Yes, sir.
That'll be all, ma'am. State versus Travis Duvall, theft by receiving, 14-121, and possession of controlled substances, methamphetamine, and drug paraphernalia, 15-51. Okay, looks like he's here for at least in 1551, a plea deadline. Is there to be a plea on this day?
Judge, talked to Mr. Duvall about the plea and extended our offer to him. I would ask the court to at least allow us to extend the plea deadline to that November the 13th date. Mr. Duvall had a counter that I haven't been able to talk to Mr. Bradford about. I'd like to do that in both of these cases, Judge.
November 13th, 9:30, plea deadline. That'll be all, sir. Thank you. Okay, State versus Justin Jenkins, 15-81, battery in the second, terroristic threatening.
Your Honor, Mr. Jenkins failed to appear for his court appearance on October 2nd. Failure to appear warrant was issued. He was served, it looks like, on October 9th.
Okay,
And I believe that's why he is currently incarcerated.
very well.
That's true, Judge. He did miss court on the 2nd. He did contact a law enforcement officer that's a friend of his that he works with, and turned himself in on that and was processed in on the 9th, a week later. I've spoken with the bondsman, Mr. Campbell, who's here in the courtroom, and if the court would allow, he's agreeable to staying on the bond.
Did he say why he missed?
Judge, he didn't have a good excuse, so I don't want to...
Well, this is for a plea deadline date. Has anything been worked out yet?
No, Judge, and the defense, we need to put on the record it's going to be a self-defense case.
Okay. You may have him come back on the 13th?
Yes, and we'll be just scheduled, we can leave it on the trial schedule.
Okay.
As it is.
I'm going to have you come back on November 13th. I'm going to say he can be released on the present bond with an ankle monitor.
Yes, sir.
That's all we can do, sir. You may stand aside. Can you hear me? I think he's frozen.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
We moved here in June, 18 years ago, and had not been in the house more than a week, and I popped my hip out of joint. And that was my first experience. And of course, the ER saved my life. I had an aortic aneurysm, and it had leaked all night. As soon as they brought me in here, they knew exactly what it was and exactly what to do.
Tundra TRD Pro powered Team Toyota to victory in the world's most grueling race in Baja. But why should they have all the fun? With available 381 horsepower V8 and the latest technology, it also powers your winning weekends. Qualified buyers get 0% APR for 60 months plus $2,000 special edition cash on a new 2015 special edition Tundra for a total savings over $5,200. Toyota, let's go places.
Books are an important part of your life, and when you go to Books on the Square, you'll find books that will not only be informative, but books that will take you away. Books on the Square now has 2 locations on the south side of the Harrison Square. Books on the Square carries fiction books, books on CD, lots of westerns, and books full of mystery. Books on the Square, too, next to Deb's Frames and Things, has your nonfiction favorites, religious, historical, and even cookbooks. Take a stroll down the south side of the square and visit both Books on the Square.
State versus Amanda Jones, death by receiving, 15-109. Good morning. She also appears for a plea deadline.
Your Honor, Ms. Jones, and I think we've discussed this before with the court, has pending charges out of Missouri. Mr. Bradford and I both talked to the prosecutor in Howell County, Missouri, and she perhaps may have some other charges in Greene County, Missouri that have not been filed but are relatable to the vehicle that's the subject of this case. I've also spoken with her father, who is a resident of Howell County, and she has a detainer on her for those charges. The prosecutor up in Howell County would like to have her back in court there on November 6th. So I think what Mr. Bradford and I have agreed to is a $2,500 signature bond with the dad signing on it, released to the detainer so they can transport her to answer to the Missouri charges and then make sure she has a court date to return back here, if the court would accept that. And Mr. Bradford can state anything that I said incorrectly.
When does the prosecutor want her?
November 6th.
November 6th, Your Honor.
She has a trial on November 17th, so I guess that's the return date.
I think we would like to continue that so she can resolve those issues in Missouri, and once she has those resolved, then this case will resolve one way or the other, Judge.
What kind of bond?
$2,500 signature bond, Your Honor, co-signed by her father. What's his name?
It's James Jones.
Based on representations made to me by Mr. Hancock, I believe he is a suitable person to co-sign the bond, Your Honor. If everything goes per our discussions with the Howe County Deputy Prosecutor, we may be able to resolve this case on November 13th.
Very good. Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, ma'am. State versus Jason Sirota, 2010-237, theft case.
May I approach her?
You may approach. Thank you.
Your Honor, this should be a first appearance on a petition to revoke probation. I believe Judge Webb was the sentencing judge. It does have a Division 4 docket number. My copy of the sentencing order from April 16th of this year does reflect that Judge Webb was the sentencing judge.
Very well. I've appointed the public defender to represent you, sir. And as Mr. Bradford says, you're appearing for an arraignment on a petition to revoke your probationary period.
Yes, sir.
And how does he plead?
I plead not true or not guilty on that, Judge.
Okay.
Ask for a hearing date.
Is it 6 too soon, or Judge Webb has November 20th?
Probably need to set it on the 20th, Judge.
Okay.
There is an allegation of a new offense that occurred in
Hot
Garland
Springs.
County.
Yeah.
So, yes, I believe November 20th would be a better date, Judge.
We'll set it on November 20th at 8:30 or soon thereafter, as the court can hear it, before Judge Webb. Thank you, sir. That's all we can do today. State versus Sharon Martin, 12-7, criminal attempt to manufacture methamphetamine was the original charge.
Except for sentencing, Judge, I think we'll probably need to have her transported.
Okay. Ms. Martin, we'll need to transport you to the courthouse, okay?
Okay.
State versus Nathan Mallet, commercial burglary theft, 1432.
This is also a first appearance on a petition to revoke.
Okay.
I believe Judge Webb was also the sentencing judge in this case.
Very well.
Yes, he signed off on the sentencing order on August 11th of last year.
Mr. Mallett, I've appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're appearing for an arraignment on the petition which has been filed to revoke your probationary period. How does he plead to this?
Not true or not guilty, Judge, and
Okay.
we could set it on, I think we could resolve it next week.
Okay.
Put it on Judge Webb's docket.
There is an allegation of a new offense, Your Honor, in the petition. It doesn't reflect whether it's a felony or misdemeanor.
Okay. We'll set it on November 6th, 8:30. That'll be all, sir. Thank you. You may stand aside. State versus Christopher Morris. Controlled substances, driving offenses, 14-145. You may. Not sure why he's here.
Judge, it should be a first appearance on a petition to revoke. It looks like the warrant was issued December 31st of last year. It's a Division 3 docket number, but I note on the sentencing order that Judge Evans signed it.
Well, we've lost Mr. Morris. Well,
Your Honor, the current petition does not allege a new offense, but Carmen has advised me that there was a file turned into our office yesterday on Mr. Morris, so the petition may wind up being amended to include that allegation.
okay. Well, I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him, and should we enter a plea of not true to this
Yes, sir.
allegation?
Yes, sir.
Judge, what is your Friday docket, next Friday docket after November 13th?
December 11th.
Any objection to that being set for the hearing date?
That's fine, Judge.
Set it for December 11th, 9:30. December 11th at 9:30, Mr. Morris. Let me look here.
Okay. All right.
Well, there's not one set. The state got a recommendation.
Judge, it's my understanding the new case that was submitted was also a drug offense. The state would recommend a bond of $10,000 can cover both cases, cash or professional surety.
10,000.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud. Harrison is a Health Mart town. Sam Alexander Pharmacy on the square downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Attention safe drivers, keep your vehicle safe with new tires from Worley Tire. Stop in and visit with our friendly and knowledgeable staff and get the tires that are best for your car, truck, or SUV. You can even shop with us online at WorleyTire.com. Worley Tire also features batteries, alignments, tire rotation, and repair. Visit us on the web and like us on Facebook for the latest deals and specials that can keep you and your family safe. Worley Tire, 804 East Stevenson in Harrison.
State versus Matthew Allen, 14179. Possession of methamphetamine, resisting arrest were the original charges. Judge Webb had set the matter for hearing today. Do we need to have a hearing?
Let me check, Your Honor.
Okay.
This is the one we talked about where he's not cooperating with drug treatment.
Okay. Do you have your officer here?
No, it's Christian. So in that circumstance, I'd probably want to convert it to a contempt. He's been in jail since October 6th.
Okay. Let's have him transported, Judge. I think we'll work it out.
Mr. Allen?
Yes, sir.
We're going to transport you to the courthouse, okay?
Very well, sir. Good day.
Good day.
We have James Surratt.
Okay. Let me look and see if I have a file on him.
Mr. Surratt is also a first appearance on a probation revocation. This court was the sentencing court on August 20th of last year. Mr. Surratt also has a new case that is on the arraignment docket.
I only have one file for him.
Your Honor, he has not made application with the Public Defender's Office. If he intends to do so, we'll need to get that application from him.
Okay. Sir, do you intend to hire a lawyer or make application to Public Defender's Office?
I need to make an application, please, sir.
Okay. Do you understand the allegations in the petition to revoke?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you entering a plea of not true to these?
I need some application, speak with an attorney before I enter anything.
Okay, very well.
I should do.
That's fine. Okay.
May I inquire, Your Honor?
Sure.
Mr. Surratt, you're being kept over in Marion County, is that right?
No, I'm here in Boone.
Okay. Did they transport you from Marion, or you just been in Boone the whole time?
They met halfway. Marion County did.
Okay. While you're in Boone County, you need to go ahead and fill out the application for the Public Defender Services, okay? And leave it there with the jail, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
you got that. All right. Well, I'm going to have you appear on November 13th for attorney status, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. State versus Cassie Smith, 15175, theft by receiving, forgery. Okay, it looks like you'd entered a plea of not guilty before Judge Webb.
Yes, sir.
And the just appearing to get on this court's scheduling docket. We've issued a scheduling order. Your next appearance is on November 13th at 9:30. And you're represented by the public defender, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And, Your Honor, we have provided discovery and the plea offer.
Is there anything else to be done?
Not today, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. State versus Carol Sally, possession of controlled substances, paraphernalia, 15157. Morning. This is a pre-trial if necessary. Do anything to be done in that regard?
Your Honor, I would ask the court to allow us to extend the pretrial to the November 13th date. There's provided Mr. Bradford with some prescriptions that would cover the alleged offenses. In this case, there are still some questions in my mind about there's a UPS worker that went through this package. I need to find out if UPS folks are government in any way associated with government. And so I'd ask the court for a couple more weeks to investigate that. Thank you, Your Honor.
November 13th, 9:30. State versus Robin Johnson, possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia. Okay. This is for plea deadline, but I notice there's been a motion to suppress filed.
Yes, that was just filed today, Judge. I gave Mr. Bradford a copy of it. Mr. Bradford, upon request from our office, has provided us with some DHS records as well as some medical records that relate to these issues in this case. I would ask the court to set this on the 13th for the hearing on the suppression motion. And there's one other medical record that Mr. Bradford was going to get, and that's the drug testing as it relates to Robin Johnson.
Correct.
Okay. We'll have a suppression hearing on November 13th, 9:30.
Thank you, Judge.
State versus Leila Gilbert, residential burglary and theft of property.
I don't believe so.
Is there anything to be done today?
No, sir.
Okay. Leave it as scheduled.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Stay in touch.
State versus David Golden, 15-97, breaker entering and theft.
Judge, we were moving this case along, and one of the issues is restitution. Mr. Golden has a large portion of the restitution, but would need to ask for the court till the 13th, and he'll have all the restitution, and we'll resolve it on that date.
November 13th, 9:30.
Thank you, Judge. Hold on before you leave. Yes.
Cashier's check or money order made out to the sheriff's office.
Thanks, sir.
State versus Candace Clark, possession of methamphetamine with purpose to deliver. Drug paraphernalia, 15-38.
Judge, can we recall this in a few minutes?
We can.
Thank you. Have a seat. Okay.
State versus Wesley Booth, 93-199.
Judge, Mr. Booth, come on up here, reappears on a show cause review. This case is, I believe, a 1993 case. There was a judgment, which I believe was entered in 1994. As I reported to the court last time we were here, Mr. Booth has been in the Harrison area this whole time. He's worked. He's been arrested on some misdemeanor stuff. The issue with regard to the payment in this case was not even addressed, it appears, until 2014. We're talking some 20 years after the original judgment. It's our position that as it relates to money judgments, in particular this money judgment in excess of $12,000, that the state has essentially sat on their rights to collect this, and the doctrine of laches applies, as well as there's also a Latin term that's used, the doctrine of sciri facias. I believe I'm saying that right, Judge, which requires that on a judgment for money that it be renewed every 10 years. I don't believe it's been done in this case, and so we would ask the court to apply those doctrines and dismiss this issue and absolve his obligation under the judgment.
Your Honor, I did not know that was the defense's position in this case. This is an oral motion.
It is, Judge.
And so the state would like an opportunity to do some research on this and have an opportunity to respond. Should be in a position to do that by November 13th.
Why don't you try to submit, both of you, something in writing prior to the 13th?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll do that.
At least a couple of days.
Okay.
Laches or latches, we say here. If you're from Louisiana, you say laches. That's an equitable doctrine. I don't know about in criminal court, but I don't know if you have to renew a criminal judgment. It is just like a civil judgment as far as bearing interest and such. We'll look into it.
Thank you, Judge.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud. Harrison is a Health Mart town. Sam Alexander Pharmacy on the square downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Now what?
Let's go. That way.
Have fun out there on the compact, capable, and entirely new Pioneer 500 from Honda.
Come see us at 824 North Main in Harrison. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
State versus Larry Hilton, possession of hydrocodone, clonazepam, 11-248, and delivery of hydrocodone in 11-266. Was this, let's see, is this for a hearing?
Judge, best I can tell, it was set for review. Apparently in August, Mr. Hilton appeared. I do not know if I was in court at the time that he made his appearance. It's not my handwriting in our file, but apparently there was some issue regarding his status as an absconder, but probation was apparently willing to give him some time to get back in compliance.
Okay, it looks like it was set for hearing today. Let me see, and that's in 11/266. And we're looking at 11/248. Let's see. Yeah. Looks like it was set for hearing today.
Yeah.
Petitions were filed by a officer that's no longer with the probation office here. I'm not sure who this case has been reassigned to.
Okay.
Do you know? Or, look, I was talking to the wall. There's no one over there.
Judge, I think Mr. Bradford and I did talk about this case yesterday, and Mr. Hilton has made one payment since he was last in court. He's indicated to me that he could continue to make payments. I'm not sure how substantial those payments would be, though, based on his condition, financial condition, but he has indicated to me that he's reporting in, and I believe we talked about maybe passing this to give him a chance to continue to try to come into compliance. But
an officer has just stepped back into the courtroom. If I may speak with him briefly, we could probably get an answer to our questions.
Shall we?
Well, he was arrested on July 14th. And he did well, I guess the time's been waived.
I believe on August 14th the time was waived, Your Honor.
Okay, how much longer you need, or what? When do you want to set it?
If we can just recall it and just.
We can recall it, Your Honor. We might just go ahead and
Today.
resolve this matter today.
All right, that'd be fine.
Have a seat.
State versus Jeffrey Schultz, 12/227 theft and 14/133 possession by certain persons. I thought he was going to drug court. Weren't you going to drug court?
Judge, I haven't had a chance to talk to Mr. Schultz. I know Mr. Russo did, but if we could call this after the break.
That'd be fine.
Let me.
Were you not going to drug court?
I'd rather not.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right, well, you may be seated. Is there anyone else here for criminal court whose name I haven't called?
Aaron Anderson.
Aaron Anderson.
Randy Bird.
Okay. Okay. State versus Randy Bird. This is out of Newton County. 15-43. Aggravated assault, possession of controlled substance, other charges.
Got it right here.
Okay, this is just for a plea deadline. Is there anything to be done today?
Not this time, Your Honor.
Okay.
And that's my fault. But it's also because I'm trying to figure out the situation with some other collateral issues regarding Mr. Bird's matter.
Okay, we'll leave it as scheduled.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything further?
Not by the defense.
All right, free to go, sir.
In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
The scientists at Shell have created Shell V-Power Premium Gasoline, which actively cleans for better performance, helping make the roads more exciting to drive. Choose Shell V-Power Premium Gasoline, performance that excites.
Many things have changed over the years, and so has Auto Body Repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence.
We moved here in June, 18 years ago, and had not been in the house more than a week, and I popped my hip out of joint. And that was my first experience. And of course, the ER saved my life. I had an aortic aneurysm, and it had leaked all night. As soon as they brought me in here, they knew exactly what it was and exactly what to do.
Arkansas Orthopedics and Sports Medicine now offers you 2 orthopedic surgeons, both trained in all the latest surgical techniques. Dr. Sedani and Dr. Cutler specialize in all forms of orthopedic problems and injuries, from torn rotator cuffs to joint replacement, even sprains or broken bones. Dr. Sedani and Dr. Cutler will see you quickly and with the highest standard of efficiency. The entire staff of Arkansas Orthopedics works to keep you moving. Call today for an appointment. Call Dr. Sedani and Dr. Cutler in Harrison at 741-8289.
What's so different about Arvest? Let's ask real customers.
I have the free business checking account.
They seem interested in making sure that your business is successful.
I'm in here probably 3 to 4 days a week.
They've helped me with lines of credit when I needed extra money for capital.
We didn't have to even come to the bank. He came to the warehouse.
I've got tons of locations in the small towns where we end up building stuff at.
I didn't think it was, it could ever be done, but when I come down here, it was done.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
The scientists at Shell have created Shell V-Power Premium Gasoline, which actively cleans for better performance, helping make the roads more exciting to drive. Choose Shell V-Power Premium Gasoline, performance that excites.
Many things have changed over the years, and so has Auto Body Repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence.
Local television worth watching. KTKO Channel 8, Harrison.